Some stories just get you. They pull you in, and when they're over, you just feel good. Barnaby and the City of Ticking Gears is totally one of those stories. But why? What is it about this little cat's adventure that works so well? Well, that's what we're here to do. Let's pull back the curtain and take a look at the beautiful architecture of this heartwarming tale. It all kicks off with this single sentence. And right away, you know you're in for something special. We're not just in a city, we're in the heart of it. It's not just a clock shop, it's a shop filled with time. And our main character, Barnaby, he lives outside of all that. This opening is just pure, distilled magic, and it promises us a story that's going to feel both incredibly cozy and surprisingly epic. So, to really get what makes this story tick, we're going to use a kind of secret map that storytellers have been using forever, the hero's journey. You've probably heard of it. It's this universal pattern of adventure and change. And you know what? Our little tuxedo cat Barnaby follows it to a T. That structure is exactly why the story feels so familiar, so right, and why it hits you right in the feels. Okay, so every great journey has to start somewhere, right? And stage one is always about home. It's about setting up the hero's ordinary, predictable world. The place they're about to be ripped away from. For Barnaby, that world is basically a paradise of naps and safety. And this is where the story does something so smart. It builds this world for us using our senses. You can almost feel that warm light. You can smell the lemon oil and the old wood. You can practically hear all those clocks ticking away. This isn't just a location. It's a feeling. It's the feeling of being completely and totally safe, thanks to the kind Mr. Hildegard and a life of snoozing on velvet. This is Barnaby's perfect, little, unchanging universe. And bam, this slide lays out the entire conflict in a nutshell. Inside the shop, you've got warmth, safety, predictability. But step outside, the city is the total opposite. It's cold, it's dangerous, it's pure chaos. Those gentle ticking sounds are swapped out for roaring engines. This contrast is everything. It sets the stakes so clearly. The farther Barnaby gets from home, the more trouble he's in. Now here's the thing about heroes. They almost never want to leave paradise. The journey usually kicks off by accident. It's that one moment that just shatters the ordinary world and pushes our hero out the door, whether they're ready for it or not. And for Barnaby, his big adventure starts with something so simple. So, cat. It's not some dark prophecy or a big scary villain. It's just curiosity and the absolute irresistible pull of an empty cardboard box. I mean, what cat could resist? One tiny impulsive decision, a door slams shut, and just like that, his whole world is gone. It's such a great reminder that sometimes life's biggest adventures start with the smallest, most accidental steps. Can you just imagine the shock? One minute, you're dozing in a warm, quiet shop, and the next, you're dumped into this gray, industrial world filled with terrifying noises and looming shadows. This is that classic moment in the hero's journey, crossing the threshold. He's not in Kansas anymore. He's in the belly of the beast, and now he has to figure out, okay, how do I survive this? So, this brings us to a really crucial part of any journey like this. Once the hero is out there in the big, scary unknown, they can't make it on their own. They always need help. They need a guide, an ally. They need to meet their mentor. And this is the question that's hanging in the air, right? I mean, let's be honest. Barnaby is soft, he's well-fed, he has zero survival skills. He's completely, utterly vulnerable out there. So how on earth does a cat like him stand a chance in a world of cold concrete and scary machines? The answer shows up in the form of this tiny, squeaky voice. And just like that, we meet Pip, the street-smart, scruffy ginger kitten. Pip is everything Barnaby isn't. He's clever, he's quick, he knows how the city works. He's the perfect mentor, showing up right when our Vero needs him the most. And this friendship, this unlikely team-up, becomes the absolute heart of the story. It's a classic pairing, isn't it? The pampered one and the street-smart guide. Pip promises to lead Barnaby back to the land of ticking gears, and in doing so, a real bond starts to form. The truth is, Barnaby has no hope of getting home without Pip's help, and this journey is going to change both of them forever. All right, so now the real quest is on. This is the meat of the adventure. The long, tough road home, full of tests and trials that are going to forge their friendship and prove what they're made of. And this journey isn't just about getting from point A to point B. Each of these little moments is a test. Crossing that high bridge, that's a test of courage. Sharing that single cracker, that shows Barnaby learning what it means to be kind. Huddling together in the storm, that's what makes them true friends. Every step is a trial that pushes them, but it also makes their bond stronger. And then you get the turning point. After all that struggle, after all the fear, a single familiar smell cuts through all the city grime. It's the smell of home. This is such a powerful moment. It's not a map, it's not a street sign, it's this deep, primal memory that tells Barnaby, you're close. And it gives him that last burst of hope he so desperately needs. So here we are, the final act. The hero has survived the journey and is right on the doorstep of home. But it's never quite that easy, is it? There's always one last test, one final climax before we get our resolution. Oh, and this last hurdle is just heartbreaking. The door is closed. This slide just builds the tension perfectly by showing us both sides of that door at once. Outside, you've got a desperate Barnaby who has come so far. And inside, there's a sad, lonely Mr. Hildegard who thinks his best friend is gone forever. They are inches apart, but they might as well be worlds away. When that door finally opens, the reunion is everything we hoped for. But here's the key to a really great hero's journey. The hero always comes back with some kind of treasure. For Barnaby, that treasure isn't just his own life, it's Pip. He left home as a sheltered, solitary cat, and he came back as a brave friend who brought someone else out of the cold and into the warmth. And that's it, right there. That's the beautiful, simple truth at the center of the whole story. The journey was scary, it was hard, but it taught Barnaby what was truly important. The love he has for Mr. Hildegard. A love that's now big enough to include his new best friend, Pip. So, as we leave Barnaby and Pip, safe and sound in their cozy clock shop, the story leaves us with this one last thought. Barnaby got lost and found courage and friendship. His story kind of suggests that sometimes the only way to find out what really matters and who we really are is by getting a little bit lost ourselves. Makes you wonder, doesn't it? What treasures might be waiting for us on our own accidental journeys?